The Marlowe team has just finished integrating the Marlowe demo with the PAB and a simulated blockchain, and they have set it up so that we can show you how to use Marlowe Run demo from two separate computers in order to create, to interact, and to simulate a smart contract. I'm Pablo Lamela, and I am the leader of the Marlowe team, and for this demo I'm accompanied by Simon Thompson.
Hello, I'm Simon Thompson, and I'm the tech lead of the DAY platform team.
You can see my screen in the video, and in the left hand side you can see I have opened the Marlowe Run demo, and on the right hand side you can see Simon's screen because he's sharing it with me through Google Meet. I have already created a wallet, and Simon will show you how to do it by creating his.
Okay, you can see that I'm running the mobile version of Marlowe Run here, and Pablo is doing the browser-based version. I'm going to click on Generate Demo Wallet, and it asks me to give the wallet a name. The reason for that is that we might use a number of wallets for a number of different things, like our work and our personal things. I've called the wallet Simon. I'm going to pick up the ID of the wallet, put it on the clipboard, and I'm going to use that wallet. But I'm also going to share the ID of the wallet with Pablo through Google Meet so that he's able to link with my wallet in a contract he's going to create.
Thank you, Simon. I just got your wallet ID here. I'm going to copy it for later into the clipboard. But as I said, I have already created my wallet. We can see that in the top right corner here. If we click, we can see we could see my wallet ID if I wanted to share it, and that I have an initial balance of 10,000 ADA. This is the default for this demo. When you create a wallet, it starts with 10,000 ADA initially. So let's create a contract. So that's very easy. We just have to press the choose a template button. And we have three types of contracts. All of these require three parties, with the exception of the loan, which requires two parties. And because there is two of us, we are going to go with the loan.
Okay, before that you do that, we should say one thing. Marlowe cannot enforce that a loan is paid back. It can't reach out to the computer and grab your money. A contract can only facilitate the loan and record whether the payments have been made on time. However, a more complicated contract could be written which asks the borrower to provide some sort of collateral that's paid to the lender if the borrower defaults. In any case, what we're going to do here is set up a simple loan to demonstrate the capabilities of Marlowe Run.
Thank you. So if I click the loan, then first I get a short overview of the description of what a loan in Marlowe does. And if I click setup button, then I get a list of fields for each of the terms we need to fill for the loan. So first I need to give it First I need to give it a name. I'm going to call it Simon Loans 100 ADA to Pablo. I have to give it a name because I could have several loans at the same time, so in order to tell them apart. Then I have to choose who is borrowing, and that will be me. So I just choose it because it's in the list of contacts. I still don't have Simon in the list of contacts, so I can add him by clicking in this button in the right. And then I'll just paste the wallet ID that Simon sent me and write a name. And that sets him as the lender. Then I'll set the interest to be 10 ADA and the amount of the loan to be 100 ADA. And we have already set a deadline for Simon to put the money and a deadline for me to pay back, which would be 25 minutes. So if we click review, we get a short summary of all the details. And we can see that the transaction to create the contract will take 20 Lovelace of fee. A Lovelace is a millionth of an ADA. So I can just click pay and start. And we can see that the contract appears in the list of contracts. And that there is a button which is disabled for making a deposit because that's what the lender, which in this case is Simon, must do.
So hi again, you can see now on the right hand side of the screen that the contract has appeared in my version of Marlowe Run. And that's because Pablo used my wallet ID when he created the contract. So we've now got the contract running on my computer and on his computer, or at least in the client code on both of our computers connected to the server. So in this initial view, we see the summary of whether the state the contract is at. And you can see the deposit button is enabled since I'm the lender. You can also see that there is 9 minutes left for me to make the initial deposit of the loan for Pablo to pick up. You can also see that the right arrow here allows me to get an expanded view of the contract. At the moment, it only shows one step, but as the contract evolves, it will show all the steps the contract has been through. And again, you can see here the amount of time there is left for the contract before this step expires. Now, what we can do is I now have the option to deposit 100 ADA, and if I click on that, I'm again asked to make that payment, to review what's been paid, and you can see that we've added a transaction fee of 10 Lovelace to that. So I'm asked to deposit 100 ADA plus 10 Lovelace. If I click deposit, you'll see that the contract has now evolved to step 2.
Indeed. Now I have received the loan, and if we look at the balance in my wallet, we can see that I have almost 100 ADA extra, minus some fees. So I could go now and use those 100 ADA to invest and maybe make some profit, hopefully. And when I'm done with it, I can go back to this contract and pay back the money with interest. Here we can see the deadline for me paying back. So we just do the same thing that Simon did. I click the deposit button, and we can see I would deposit the 100 plus 10 of interest plus 10 Lovelace of interest, and I just click deposit, and once the transaction is complete, we can see that the contract disappears from my screen, and that's because I am showing the list of contracts which are active. But the contract has not gone away. We can still see it if we click completed contracts here on the left.
And I'll just take over for a second, and you can see in my screen that we've got all the steps of the contract now. If I click leftwards, you can see what happened in step 1 and what happened in step 2. Let's look in a bit more detail about what happened in step 2. You can see that at that point the borrower deposited 110 ADA into their account inside the contract with a fee of 10 Lovelace. But if we also click on the payment summary, we can see now there has been a payment from the borrower's account, to the lender, that is me. So in that step, we had the borrower depositing money into their account, and then automatically the payment from the borrower back to me. So you see this payment in and payment out both took place in that particular step.
I can also access that view by clicking the arrow in the history of contracts. If I click here, we will get the same view. And also we can see that if I look at the balance, then I have the original amount of money minus the interest which I paid Sam, and some fees, of course.
And if I do the same thing in my wallet, you will see that I have the 10,000 original ADA plus almost 10 ADA in interest payments. But again, I've had to pay some transaction fees. So there's always going to be, the money in the contract is preserved, except that some transaction fees are paid to enact these transactions on the blockchain. And that really is it. You've seen that shown you the minimal capabilities of Marlowe Run, that we're able to interact from a desktop browser or from a mobile with a contract running on, in this case, the simulated blockchain, but the real PAB. But the user experience will be very similar when running on the real blockchain with a real wallet. It will call out to whatever wallet of choice you wish to use, but apart from that, the interactions will be very similar. And we'll be rolling out this this implementation in the coming months. So I think that's it for the demo. I hope you've enjoyed it. And
Also, we would like to use this opportunity to give a shout out to the authors of Marlowe Run demo. So we would like to thank Amy Asbury-Vale and Hernan Ratchert, who implemented the front-end design and functionality of Marlowe Run.
And Alex Nemish, who implemented the back end and pioneered the integration of the PAB.
And thanks to David Smith, who kickstarted the development and discussions about the workflow and design of Marlowe Run.
And of course Russell Hepton, who researched, designed and refined the whole UI and UX of Marlowe Run right from the start. And Shruti, our product manager, who helped us to think about who we were designing Marlowe for. To find out more about Marlowe Run and the Marlowe Playground, where you can build and analyse Marlowe contracts, go to marlowe-finance.io, all in small letters.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Goodbye.